Hello, Mr. Carroll here. Today I'm going to show you how to do a dispersion effect on Photoshop. So I'm just going to open up this image here of this model. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is cut this model out of this white background. Now, because she has got a black and white dress on, the quick selection tool is actually having problems cutting out and differentiating between the white of the background and the white of the dress. So I'm going to show you a different technique to cut her out. If you press Ctrl and J and duplicate the layer, go to Image, Adjustments and Levels, and we need to make a silhouette out of her. So if you just take the shadows of the levels all the way up to the top, you'll make a silhouette. Press OK. Then select the quick selection tool. And the quick selection tool will have a much better time now selecting that model. Now, we are working on layer 1. If you go back to click your background and then actually take off the visibility of that layer, then you will see that we have a selection now of the outline of that model. So we can just click the background layer, press Ctrl and J, and we have duplicated just that model. We can then delete the layer 1 that we used, the silhouette layer, and we can fill the background, so edit, fill with white. And now, if we select layer 2 with the layer with the model on, we can actually select the move tool and we should be able to move her wherever we want. So I'm just going to position it just to the right of the page, of the background, okay, because I'm going to do a dispersion effect over here, okay. The next thing we need to do is actually duplicate this layer again by pressing Ctrl and J. And then we need to open up the transform tool. So we're going to go Control and transform, Control and T. So Control and T. Then we're going to move this model out a little bit. Okay. So we're just going to stretch her. Once you are happy with that, press enter. Then we're also going to use the liquefy tool. So you can either totally use the liquefy tool to do this, or you can use transform and liquefy, or you can use just transform. It's totally up to you. But filter, liquefy, and then we can use liquefy to actually bring out some of these bits of this model. Okay, distort her a little bit more, so we can actually use some of this to disperse and create that dispersion effect. Okay, I'm just trying to get quite a lot of clothing in there and less skin tones. Press OK. Then we need to, once that's all done, we need to add a layer mask. So you click the layer mask tool and then press Ctrl and I. That will then turn that layer mask into the background color of black. Okay, so that's Ctrl and I. Okay, so we need a black background layer mask here. Then we need to click the layer 2 with the normal model on and drag that to the top of the layer stack. We need to add another layer mask and we can leave that one with white. Okay. The next step is looking at the brush tool. So we can select the brush tool on the left hand toolbar or press B on your keyboard. Go up to the brush tool options. Now I've already showed you how to do this in the previous video, so I'm not going to go through it again, but you need to create your own brush to use. I will not show you this now, but I will go through it very quickly. Okay, so once you have your brush ready, you can increase the size a little. And then we need to be working on this layer mask. We need to have the brush tool selected and we need to be working with the black as our foreground color. Then if you start to draw on with your brush tool, we will be able to draw on loads of different white squares. So once you're happy with that, you can move on to the next layer down and the black layer mask. You need to select the brush tool and make sure that you have white selected. Okay. Then we can actually draw on whereabouts and underneath of whereabouts that and our other model is. Okay, so once you are happy with the effect that you've got, this dispersion effect, you can then start to add the effects. So go to blending options, add a drop shadow, and you can see if you click the drop shadow, you can start to arrange the different effects. Do the same with this layer mask. Add a drop shadow. And there we go. That's how we do a dispersion effect on Photoshop. I hope that helps.